Dear friends, today I am telling you that what is education, what is educational system, and how can we improve our educational system. So what are the problems and what are the solutions? So whenever you speak or write on education, keep in mind the following points. What is education? Education is the process by which we bring proper change in behavior. Education is the process to bring proper change in behavior. Behavior is our response to stimulus, and stimulus is any change in environment. So when there is any change in environment, there is some new situation, there is some new challenge. So how do we respond to that situation? Because that change in environment is stimulus, and our response to that stimulus is our behavior. Our behavior, that is the manifestation, that is the expression of our mind, and our mind is the part of a function of our brain. So brain is part of the central nervous system. Central nervous system, that is part of our overall physiological and morphological system. So it means that education has to do a lot with psychology. Psychology is the study of mind and behavior. So an educationist must be psychologist. It doesn't mean that he or she must have a degree in psychology, but there must be some understanding of the basic principles of psychology, because education means to bring proper change in behavior. Educational system means that everything will be organized. System means that when the parts are organized, we call it system. For example, our digestive system, so we have different organs and we have different tissues and different cells. So when all these come together, it makes a system. And this system must function exactly, precisely, in an optimum, appropriate level, so that the result, the performance, that is satisfactory. So educational system means that we have to focus on change in behavior. And how we can focus on change in behavior? When we focus on personality and character building. Personality is the sum total of our internal and external characteristics, which are expressed in the form of habits, in the form of character and behavior. So personality, behavior, education, all these are interrelated, and these must be in an organized way. Now there are three types of education: formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. Formal education we conduct in educational institutions. Educational institutions like schools, colleges, universities, all these are formal educational institutions. So there must be a proper system in these institutions so that we can have formal education. Informal education is from the experiences of life. We do a lot of experiences, we face a lot of situations, a lot of challenges, and from those challenges we learn a lot. Now learning is anything which bring change in our behavior, or we learn something like a skill, because education is also how we can impart, how we receive knowledge or skills. So for example, a robber can learn how to rob, but that is not education, because education is to bring proper change in behavior. So informal education, that is from the experiences of life. We face a lot of challenges, what we are learning in these situations, so that is also our informal education. The third type of education is non-formal education. Non-formal education is in special circumstances, special situations. For example, agriculture department people, they go to a village and they train people on progressive farming, how they can conduct different agricultural practices. So the person who is showing them, demonstrating the modern techniques, is not teacher, and the people, the farmers who are learning, they are not students, because there is no formal educational environment as we have in formal educational institution. There is a teacher, there is a student, there is a classroom, there is learning, teaching material. So that situation we do not have in non-formal educational system, like agriculture department people, family planning people. They go, they train people. For example, I am doing now, so this may be non-formal education because there is no educational environment, formal educational environment, but still I am demonstrating, I am sharing, I am giving you different ideas. Now, how we can improve this whole system? Because formal education, that is based on teacher-student relationship. When we have student-centered classrooms, when student is more important and teacher is only facilitator, so that is one of the great improvement. Then we have to introduce modern technology and learning teaching material. For example, there should be video conferences, there should be some access to Google, to internet, so that the people can have access to the modern research facilities. And the purpose of education should be to prepare the person to face the real problems of life, not just learning few skills, because there is a huge difference between education and literacy. Literacy is to know 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. Reading, if you can read your name, if you can read newspaper, if you can write your name, you can write a simple paragraph or a simple letter. And if you can, arithmetic. Arithmetic is calculations. When you know how to sum, how to subtract, how to multiply, how to divide, that is called arithmetic. So arithmetic, writing, and reading, these 3 are the prerequisites of literacy. But education is not just literacy. Literacy can help in your formal education, but their education is more than that. So character building, how the people should have self-confidence, how to face different situations of life. So one of the important recommendation for the improvement of educational system, that is critical thinking. Critical thinking is that when you have the capacity of objective analysis, evaluation for problem solving, decision making, and reaching to a judgment. When you can analyze something objectively, not subjectively. Subjectively means emotionally. When your own likes and dislikes, you keep aside and you just focus on the object. What is the reality of the object, which is outside? How the object is, what the object is, why the object is. When you just totally focus on outside, then that becomes objective analysis. And then you have the power of evaluation. Evaluation means that you understand the value of things. For you, stones and gems are not the same. You can evaluate the value of gem, diamond, pearl, and a rough stone. You understand that what is precious stone and what is a normal stone. So when you have this quality of discernment, when you have this quality of how to differentiate things, that is called critical thinking. Personality development, critical thinking. Then you should have live coaching sessions. You should teach the students that tomorrow how they can face public speaking, how they should not suffer from inferiority complex, how all the time they are motivated, they are energized, they have, they are galvanized, and their personality tomorrow, what role they play in national history, national development. For example, any country should have human resources development. So education should be basically for human resources development and HRD. And also similar term is human capital, because I am a human being. I can be used as a capital. If I am productive as a factor of production, then I can contribute more, and then I can contribute more to society, to country, and to the world at large. So our education system lacks these things. People, they are learning by rote, R-O-T-E, learning by heart, memorizing things, memorizing facts and figures, writing like machines, no creativity, no skepticism, no curiosity. They are not asking questions, they are not participating. So let us promise today, after listening to this short session, that we will play our role in the improvement of educational system, keeping in view these technical details that I gave you. If you are a student, if you are a teacher, all people who are involved in the educational system, they must organize a whole system in which every part, every organ is performing the duties in an excellent way, because the education department, government, family, student, teacher, all these, when they come together, then they can create a great educational system. So I hope this video was useful, and this is the series of my introductory videos. Later on each topic, I will be going into details. So keep in touch, subscribe this channel, and if there is any remark, so you can write to on my Facebook page, Naeemics, Naeemics. All the best.